Hello, fellow students and instructor. Let me ask you to think hard about something for me. Do you or someone you love suffer from all sorts of crazy mental illness or physical pains or ailments that medications just can't quite help with, or they become too expensive? Today, I'm here to talk to you about medical marijuana and why it should be more widely accepted and accessible. Each year, pharmaceutical companies make billions of dollars by providing people with medications, some of which are good for the intended purposes and some of which just make the symptoms worse. With the prices of these medications going up, it's putting a huge financial burden on people who can barely struggle to afford bills or food. As it is with pharmaceutical companies raising prices, medical marijuana is readily available on an open market. There is no controlling ownership like Walmart and Target, etc. Medical marijuana has proven to be beneficial for many physical and mental illnesses, such as anxiety, PTSD, depression, and ADHD, and so much more. As someone who struggles with debilitating ADHD, PTSD, anxiety, and depression, I know firsthand how medical marijuana can help slow down racing thoughts and improve focus. It also helps to alleviate my mood when I'm feeling down. Of course, I utilize it with the drug regimen, yet despite its numerous benefits, medical marijuana is still stigmatized and not given the same protection as other prescription drugs. For example, if someone is prescribed Xanax or any other medication that can affect their judgment or reaction time, they are more protected by workplace laws more so than medical marijuana patients, who as of yet do not receive the same protection, at least not in the state of North Dakota, born and raised. If they have a certified doctor's note, it still does not meet criteria, stating that the individual needs the medicine for certified reasons, but the individual also has to work to pay bills. It becomes a huge problem. It's either red pill or a blue pill scenario. It's just not right. When it comes to impaired driving, statistics show that there are more accidents caused by drunk drivers and individuals on other substances such as meth, heroin, and etc. than those caused by drivers under the influence of marijuana. Please don't get me wrong, I would prefer every person drive safe and clear-minded. Yet we have a liquor store or bar on almost every corner. It is unfair that medical marijuana patients are discriminated against and treated differently than those who use other prescription drugs or alcohol. Medical marijuana can provide relief and improve the quality of life for many people suffering from physical and mental illnesses. It is time for us to look past the stigma and misinformation and start accepting and legalizing medical marijuana. It is a safer alternative to many prescription drugs and illegal substances, and it helps people with Patients face anxiety in the workplace. Even when it's regulated and properly dosed, there's still needs for greater understanding and acceptance from employers and lawmakers. As of February 2022, there has been at least 5.5 million Americans registered as medical marijuana patients in 47 states and territories, and that number keeps growing. Despite the overwhelming support for legalizing medical marijuana, treating the condition is made harder in legalities due to the Federal Controlled Substances Act that makes marijuana illegal for almost all purposes in the workplace. The restrictions of qualified or disabilities or exemptions from discrimination protections due to illegal drug use has prevented courts from extending state disability protections to medical marijuana patients in the workplace. There has been 11 states that have approved the use of low THC such as Delta 8, 9, and 10, or CBD products from cannabis plants. Let me reiterate, some of the state and federal courts have found protections from employment discrimination for patients. Unfortunately, many states do not carry this protection, though. Employers can easily prove that allowing off-site marijuana use is unreasonable and would cause an undue burden on their business due to federal prohibition. The efforts to put protections in place for disability safety with medical marijuana patients in the employment context could be in vain if employers can successfully prove that it will have a negative impact on their business. The need for further research into the potential medical uses of cannabis and to support the legalization of medical marijuana. Cannabis is being increasingly explored for medical purposes worldwide. Current research is built on a strong body of evidence showing potential benefits for a variety of medical reasons. The endocannabinoid system plays a role in the effectiveness of cannabis. It is difficult to conduct clinical trials with plant-based cannabis in the U.S., leaving policymakers with several unanswered questions. Medical marijuana is approved for a range of conditions in some states, but the legal status of cannabis may differ from one state to the other. Further research is needed to better understand the efficiency and the effectiveness of medical marijuana and its side effects and dosage. The dosage of cannabis for specific medical applications may vary. I personally feel the restrictions on cannabis research should be loosened and the plant should be fully legalized to address the negative impacts of criminalization and enable more research into the potential benefits. The current red tape on cannabis research is hindering the exploration. We need to research the true potential of this plant, and let me tell you why. Drugs derived from cannabis have been approved by the FDA, and studies have suggested its potential as a treatment for cancer cells and pain medication. Criminalizing cannabis has had a negative impact on everyday people who need it as medicine. It also has what is also leading to high incarceration rates and hindering job and housing opportunities. The criminalization of cannabis has also enabled the creation of an underground market associated with guns, gangs, and other criminal activity. While lack of official oversight has made the adulteration of cannabis possible, a federal bill could facilitate further research in 2022 and hopefully lead to full legalization of the plant. Tamar Todd wrote in the Berkeley Journal of Criminal Law. He argued that criminalization has disproportionately punished black and brown people, wasted billions of dollars, enriched the illicit market, and damaged public health. It's also devastated the environment, failed to reduce youth marijuana use, and undermined people's faith in the government. I'll close out today by asking you something. I asked you in the beginning to think hard about if you or someone you know suffers from mental illness or sickness. I urge you to do more research yourself and see if it's the right medicine for you. Remember that there is many different deliveries of marijuana to the system. So if you don't smoke, you can eat. If you can't eat it, you can take it in capsule form. Educate yourself and help those you love. I am also sorry. This is my audience, my daughter, my fiance, my son, my 2 dogs. You enjoyed my speech, and I hope you have a good day or night.